Take a look at this. The IOC, the International Olympic Committee, has now come in. It has slammed the police's treatment of the wrestlers. Now let's take a look at what Brijbhushan Sharan Singh said. And we'll play out those reactions for you as well. Even if a single allegation is proved against me, I will hang myself. But Brijbhushan won't be hanged if the wrestlers throw their medals in the Ganga. If you have proof, give it to the court, and if the court wants me hanged, I will accept it. This coming in from Brijbhushan Sharan Singh. On the other hand, the Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur says, take any step that could undermine sports or hurt any sports person. I urge the wrestlers to be patient till the outcome of the probe and not to take any steps that could undermine sports or hurt any sports person. Whatever the wrestlers said, the government did not leave any stone unturned, but the goalposts were later shifted. Now, the goalposts were later shifted. The sports minister coming with a sports analogy over here. How fruitful. And Naresh Tikait, the third factor who's come in, is saying a Mahapanchayat will be held in Muzaffarnagar's Soram village on Thursday, which is today. And the discussion on the next steps on this agitation is going to take place. We've seen nails at Singhu and Ghazipur border. We've seen what the farmers did to the Ghazipur and Singhu border back in the day as well. Police deployment at the Ghazipur and Singapore border. And even before the protests has happened, traffic snarls are in place and the commuters are already worried.
Well, when you look at a sports page, normally, it reflects how the sporting events of the day have been. But in Indian Express, and I'm saying again that we are not judging any newspapers about it.
It's a great way. It's a great way.
So they are expressing what's happening in the sporting world, and that angst is there. So if you look at the sports page today, two stories that in fact stand out and been given the complete back of that page as well. If the government aren't helping Manipur in its hour of need, what will we do with these awards? What you had in fact raised yesterday, that has been given in the Indian Express as well. And then the next very story is darkest moment. This is an article that's been put forward by the Indian Express. It's called the darkest moment, and it says 6-time Winter Olympian Shiva Keshavan says lack of proper inbuilt mechanisms forces athletes to take drastic steps, wants fellow athletes to speak up. He's actually speaking.
What do you think is going to happen at the Khap Panchayat, at that Mahapanchayat in Muzaffarnagar today?
See,
I mean, from where I'm looking at it, there are a lot of people outside, who are looking at it from a very neutral lens and are saying that, it's understandable that the wrestlers have now gone to the farmers, but they also say that there was a lull in the in the reputation, in how the farmers were being looked at. Rakesh Tikait suddenly went out of the scene after the farmers, the 3 laws were repealed, and the Naresh Tikait, the BKU, the farmers unions, and that I mean, people did not cover the leaving element of the farmers as much. Now it seems like they again want to garner some sort of importance, the farmers maybe, via the wrestlers' protest.
We can't say whether some organization comes in support of another organization, whether there is some interest or not. These are speculations that we would also.
What are these goalposts that Anurag Thakur is talking about? Well, the goalposts were shifted.
That's also when I'm trying.
It's like you're bowling a delivery, and then the wicketkeeper just picks up the stumps and you just puts it on the right side, and then you get bowled out.
Well, that's when I was also trying to, in fact, understand as to what exactly, because here is a case which is very simple. It's the Tribune has in fact put it out quite well. It's been asking this question: why wasn't Brijbhushan arrested? It's a very simple, this thing, highlighted points that they have put it. FIR was registered against WFI chief Brijbhushan on April 28th, only after women wrestlers moved to the SC. So what happened to the initial phase of registering a complaint? Under POCSO Act, generally the FIR and the arrest happen immediately as there is presumption of guilt. Accused WFI president not arrested so far, even as women wrestlers continue to agitate. Okay. And another very important thing is that minor's identity was disclosed, and the DCW is now seeking action over how was the minor's identity in this matter was in fact disclosed. So one where they're highlighting as to why wasn't Brijbhushan arrested. These are the reasons. And then minor's identity has been disclosed with DCW taking action. So when you look at all these things, this article in the Indian Express comes into a lot of interesting point of view. It says that darkest moment, and Olympian Shiva Keshwan says that it is the lack of these proper inbuilt mechanism that is forcing athletes to take drastic steps, and wants fellow athletes to speak up. So there is no system within the system.
Complaint registering mechanisms.
Even, nothing seems to be working. The complaint registration mechanisms within doesn't seem to be working. That would have been some.
This
kind
has
of
opened a door for a debate for reformations
huge
across various bodies.
Exactly.
The UWW. You know, you've got various international bodies that have now come in. They're saying that the way the police treated these wrestlers is highly, highly condemnable. And at the same time, there's a wrestling impasse. This is what the Times of India has put out. Police post series of tweets but delete them later on. They face flack on social media over quote-unquote laxity in probe. Now, the Delhi police faced embarrassment and controversy on social media after posting series of tweets about the sexual harassment case against sidelined Wrestling Federation of India President Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, and then deleting them. In response to reports saying police had found no evidence to back the claims of sexual harassment made by the wrestlers, Delhi police tweeted, several media channels are running a story that Delhi police hasn't found sufficient evidence in the case registered against the ex-president of the WFI, and a final report in the matter is due to be submitted before the court. In a second tweet, the cop said, it is to clarify that the news is wrong and the investigation into the sensitive case is under progress. A third tweet again asks the media to take urgent note of this. The three tweets were posted around 2:26 p.m. Soon after, Delhi police deleted all the tweets and posted one in Hindi stating status reports are being filed before the Honorable Court regarding the investigation in the said case. So, I mean, a clear botched up investigation, if at all there is an investigation that is taking place in the first place.
All right, and just to add to the entire confusion, I'm just reading what the Tribune has in fact covered on the story. Now, the WFI chief was summoned twice by the police earlier this month and questioned for hours on the allegations leveled against him by the women wrestlers, the sources said, adding that this statement was also recorded. Claiming to be the uncle of the minor wrestler, a person on Tuesday came out against the protesting wrestlers, accusing them of misleading his family and using them to frame the WFI chief. On Wednesday, Delhi Commission for, of course, Swati Maliwal has issued a summons to Deputy Commissioner of Police, New Delhi District, seeking an action taken on report on the alleged barring of the identity of the minor complainant and sought registration of the FIR in that matter. So, a lot of things are happening. Someone who's claiming to be the uncle of the victim has come out and said that they were being misled into this. So, and then you have the Delhi police putting out tweets saying that, the not enough of evidence is there, they draw flag or they delete it, and then they try to, in fact, say that the reports are wrong on the in the news media. So there is a lot happening in this case. First of all, this case is layered, Kabir. You have a simple case of a minor. Okay, when I say a simple case, I'm not. I'm talking about the story as such. A simple case of a minor alleging wrongdoing to her by a person. The case had to be filed simply in the police station, and according to POCSO rule, if the complainant is a minor, the POCSO rules kick in, and according to the POCSO rules, the investigation should have gone. But an FIR is registered only after the wrestlers go to the SC.
Well, absolutely. Take a look at this, what Brijbhushan has said. All players are like my children. Until a few days ago, they used to call me the god of wrestling. When I took over as a wrestling chief, India was ranked 20th in the world. Today, due to my hard work, India's name is included among the best 5 wrestling teams in the world. You know what? Let's quickly take a look at the latest reaction from Brijbhushan Sharan Singh and some other reactions we have on this particular story as well.
अगर एक भी आरोप मेरे ऊपर स्थापित हो जाएगा तो बृजभूषण सिंह स्वयं फांसी पर लटक जाएंगे, किसी को कहना नहीं। आज भी मैं उसी बात पर कायम हूं। 4 महीने हो गए, 4 महीने हो गए मुझे फांसी चाहते हैं। सरकार मुझे फांसी नहीं दे रही है, तो अपना मेडल लेकर के गंगा में बहाने जा रहे हैं। मुझ पर आरोप लगाने वालों, गंगा में मेडल बहाने से बृजभूषण सिंह को फांसी नहीं मिलेगी। अगर तुम्हारे पास कोई सबूत है तो जा करके पुलिस को दो, न्यायालय को दो, और न्यायालय मुझे फांसी देगा तो मुझे स्वीकार है, मैं उस फांसी पर चढ़ जाऊंगा। ये इमोशनल ड्रामा मेरे भाइयों, मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं, मैंने आभा में एक लाइन पढ़ा था, एक लाइन, पूरी आभा नहीं जानता हूं, लेकिन एक लाइन कभी कभी याद करता हूं। यक्कई उदल के जियारा पर चमके 3 लाख तलवार। यक्कई उदल के जियारा पर चमके 3 लाख तलवार। वाह!
काफ़ी दुख हुआ जब उन्होंने प्रवाहित कर रहे हैं अपने मेडल्स को, इतनी मेहनत से उन्होंने जीते हैं, तो उनको रिस्पेक्ट मतलब करनी चाहिए, मतलब मेडल्स के नहीं बहाने चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से। मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि उनको नहीं करना चाहिए ये सब, सरकार पे छोड़ना चाहिए, जो भी सरकार फैसला लेगी उनके लिए।
देखिए, जो हमारे पहलवान बैठे हैं बहुत बड़े पहलवान, हमारे देश की आन बान शान है, ठीक है। उन्होंने नेताजी के खिलाफ जो भी आरोप लगाया, यौन शोषण का जो भी है, उनको सबूत पेश करने चाहिए थे। इतना बड़ा बवाल नहीं होना चाहिए था। आज हमारे देश की जो आन बान शान है, उनको रोड पे पुलिस घसीट रही है, धक्का मार मार के कैब में गिर रही है, ले जा रही है, थाने में बिठा रही है। ऐसी नौबत तो आनी नहीं चाहिए थी। सबूत पेश करते गवाही हो जाती। कानून है, हर चीज हर देश के नागरिक के लिए बनाई गई है, चाहे वो हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं, चाहे वो हमारे किसी भी छोटे छोटे गांव का प्रधान है, सबके लिए कानून एक है। अगर उनके पास सबूत थे, सबूत पेश करो, गिरफ्तारी हो जाएगी। सबूत दे नहीं रहे, गिरफ्तारी करो, गिरफ्तारी कैसे हो जाएगी?
So that Mahapanchayat is going to take place today. We'll have to see. We've got words from the Union Sports Minister, the former WFI President, and of course Naresh Tikait and the Khap Panchayats that are now pretty much a part of this. And of course the wrestlers, the protesting wrestlers. Of course, you've got the main names of Sakshi Malik, Vinita Phogat, and Bajrang Punia.